welcome to Nerf&Turf. My name's Andrew, and today on Nerf&Turf, I wanted to show you guys my new primary, Alphonse Elric. However, before we get to that, I wanted to talk to you guys about an event coming up here in Texas. So I've played HvZ, which is Humans vs. Zombies, with a lot of my friends around the UTA campus, not like as an official HvZ group, but at our college ministry house, we play there every once in a while. We have such a fun time with it. So I've really fallen in love with that game type. And then some of my friends that I've played a little bit with at LeTourneau University, which is in East Texas near Tyler, Texas, in Longview. Yeah, I think it's in Longview, LeTourneau University in Longview. So over there they've got an HvZ club, and they're hosting an event that is coming up next weekend, and that is going to be September 13th and 14th. I think. Let me make sure. I was right. It's the 13th and 14th, which is this upcoming Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to be an HvZ event that's going to be overnight, but the battling won't be overnight. So it'll be 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then the next day on Sunday it's going to be 9 to noon. And so it's going to be a pretty intense HvZ event where they're planning a story and all that kind of thing. There's a lot of people, I know myself, and then some people from the DFW nerfing community that are heading over there. So if you're interested at all in HvZ, I really would encourage you to go. You can find their event page on Facebook. I'll link that in the description so you can make sure you find it. And I'm super excited about this because I've enjoyed my smaller time HvZ events, but man, I'm really looking forward to this. And so now I wanted to show you guys my new primary that I made just for this event, because I've got a bunch of fun blasters, but I don't know, I was really excited to go ahead and put together a new blaster, do a full paint job just for this event, and I couldn't be happier with how this turned out. So this is Alphonse Elric. If you get the name, comment below, but he's a character that I look up to a lot, and he's just pretty cool. And so I wanted to model it after him in the paint scheme. So what we have here is my new primary. And so to show you essentially what it started life as, it started life as a strife. Ugh. Very simple strife. And then I 3D printed a lot of parts and put those on. So what I've done is the internals, I've fully rewired the thing. I have a 42mm crush cage in it. I still have stock flywheels and stock motors in it because I don't know, for HvZ event, I don't want to have that powerful of a blaster because there's a FPS cap that's 130 and you have to stay below it. And so this thing, with what it's got and 3 IMRs in it, I know that that's going to be below that 130 mark. And so there we have that. And so essentially, it's a pistol. So I could build a holster for it if I really wanted to and make this a secondary. However, I really wanted to make it into a primary. So I got a couple cans of spray paint. So what I have is a warm caramel, and then I had the wildflower blue. And so those were the two colors I chose for the base colors on it. And so I did that, and then once I finished that, I took it all apart, sprayed all the pieces that I wanted, and then I got 2 sets of rub and buff. And they come in these itty bitty little tubes, so that's the kind I got. And so I got like a couple golds and then a silver. And so with that, I was able to put it on in a way that it has an overtone, which is the gold, which is pretty shiny, and then an undertone, which is the silver, which is more subtle, but it shows marks of wear and tear and that kind of thing. So it looks pretty sweet. I'm really happy with how that paint job worked. I think that's all I've done for the internals and that kind of thing. I just have an extended mag release because it makes it easier that way. And then from there, I took one of my flash hiders or muzzle brakes that I sell on Etsy that I printed, and I covered the end with tape so that I could still have an orange tip at the end because I want it to be safe outdoors. And so that way I added that and it doesn't harm the flight at all. I painted one of my angled front foregrips the same color as the front internal section of the blaster, and so it just really flows quite well. Took one of my pistol hollow sights, and I went ahead and weathered all these parts too, so it all flows and it just looks really great. And then I've started printing these really long stocks, and I don't currently have the shipping mechanism to ship longer stocks like that. I can do that if I know there's a market for it. So if you're interested in a longer stock like this that I've been printing and designing myself, let me know. And then I also found this, and I'm going to make my own iteration. For now, this is just one I picked up. But I mean, I printed it, but I didn't fully design this one brand new. But it's a flared magazine well. So that way, it just looks cool. But also, it's easier to get your mag in because it's a bigger target that you're aiming for. So I've got that all set up, and I couldn't be happier with my primary. This is what I'm planning to run. We'll see, I'm going to bring a couple extra blasters in case anybody needs them, but also, you know, in case, you know, flywheels, batteries, anything could go wrong, and I always want to be prepared. Speaking of that, I'm planning to run this on a single point sling, so at any point I can drop it, like if I'm running out of darts or if I just really quickly need to go to my secondary, which is on a drop leg holster that I made out of duct tape, and I'm planning to run my hammer shot. Now, I am a Chronos boy, and I will always be a Chronos boy. But my plan is to run this because I know I have a lot more Nerf darts, and I know Nerf darts are going to be the easiest thing to pick up as I'm running and scavenging and trying to fight off the zombies. So I'm planning to run that so that way I only have one ammo type. I'm still going to bring my Artemis and also my Chronos, just in case I, at the last minute, decide, you know what, I just want to go full rifle. And so I'm planning to bring stuff just to be prepared. But for now, that's what I'm planning to run, and I'm quite excited about it. Especially this. I mean, I couldn't be happier with how it worked. Just to know I was able to design and print all the parts that are on this thing is pretty cool. It's a fun moment for me to see that. I was kind of aiming for the camera, but I wasn't trying to hit the lens. I'm sorry, little guy. There we go. So the goal with designing and the way I implemented this was I want it to hit hard, but I don't want to hit it too hard. And so I know most people are going to say, well, Andrew, you should have a lipo, and you should have better flywheels and better motors. And I agree. However, my goal with this isn't to have the hardest hitting, most powerful thing out there, because you don't want to hurt a zombie. That's why there's an FPS cap, because the goal is you're going to be shooting zombies at pretty close range. And last time I ran my blaster very similar to this. I think I only had 2 IMRs. I'm going to run 3 this time, and then have some backups. But I know when I did that, I was shooting zombies maybe 5-10 feet away. And at that point, you don't want to be hitting them hard, because they won't like you, and then they might just run after you even after you hit them. I mean, I would. And so that's why I designed it the way it is, to keep the power low, but I know it's hitting consistently. The only thing is some of my mags keep catching, so I'm going to make sure I'm using some of my newer mags when I'm out there. But yeah, really excited, really happy with how Alphonse turned out. So I'm really looking forward to using this next weekend. And if you want to come, like, seriously, find that event page and get the details and come, because it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. So yeah. And again, just to reiterate, that this is an HvZ event at LeTourneau University out in Longview, Texas. I'll put a description in, or I'll put a link to that in my description so you can find their Facebook event page. So if you're interested, I highly suggest you go. The thing about it is, I believe they are allowing minors to come, but a minor has to have their parent or guardian there to sign waivers and that kind of thing. And so if your parents are up for that, you can work on that with the LeTourneau group that's setting it up. But for the most part, it's going to be easiest logistically for only people over 18 to come. But you can work that out with the LeTourneau group that's hosting it. Again, this weekend, the 13th and 14th, that is a Saturday and a Sunday. I know I'm driving out there Saturday morning nice and early. I know a couple other people from DFW are heading out too. So super excited about this. I'm looking forward to having a weekend just with nerfing people, having fun, goofing off. And who cares if I turn into a zombie? Zombies have fun. I have fun as a zombie. So, get on out there and nerf your turf. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.